Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another installation of the Daily Crypto Byte. As you can see, it is just me today. CJ and John are down in Puerto Rico getting some much-deserved R&R. So they'll be back. John will be back tomorrow. CJ will be back later in the week. But without further ado, let's get to it because there is a lot to talk about today. So I will dive right in. And, it was an exciting week last week, but this week is shaping up to be an even better week. I mean, just look at the price action we saw over the weekend. Even Bitcoin was performing well, but as many of you are probably waiting for, this wasn't the story of the weekend. Bitcoin had some great price action, seeing some great price action today, but let's talk about ETH, people, because this is just absolutely insane what ETH has been doing. I mean, look at the run it's been on this weekend, smashed through 3K, continues to make all-time highs day after day. And I've seen some really interesting comparisons. With this much capital, ETH is now bigger than Disney. It's now bigger than Bank of America. It's now bigger than PayPal. This is becoming a massive financial institution, and it's happening so fast. Another really interesting chart that I wanted to reference, if it will load here, is this one, which is just a comparison of the performance of Bitcoin and ETH so far in 2021. And as you can see, represented by this black line, in terms of percentage gain, ETH has had a better start to the year than Bitcoin's had. And I want to throw some props to Dr. J real quick because last week, a week ago today, actually, he called it out. He said, as excited as I am for Bitcoin this week, I'm much more excited for Ethereum. And I think that really panned out. I mean, just looking at this price action, you can see we smashed through that 3K level. We got a bit of resistance there and we hit this doji candle, which is a bit concerning for some traders. But today, the bullish momentum continued and we smashed through to new all-time highs. So very encouraging stuff from ETH, great momentum. And like I pointed out, I mean, it's always interesting to note when it's performing differently from Bitcoin. And right now, that's exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing a divergence in performance. And a lot of the speculation right now is currently flowing into ETH. And we've talked so much about DeFi projects and the speculation that they can gain in the coming months. And I think that this is kind of a foreshadowing of the massive interest that DeFi assets are going to see in the next few months. Because like I've mentioned so many times, ETH is the backbone for a lot of these DeFi assets. And actually on that note, today at end of day, we are launching a DeFi course for the cryptocurrency education curriculum. So watch out for that. There'll be an email going out. I just finished up putting some final touches on the video last night. So it just is a basic primer course for DeFi. Tells you what DeFi is, what makes it unique, and then essentially how to get exposure to the various DeFi assets. So be on the lookout for that. It's being uploaded to the cryptocurrency curriculum as we speak. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely a trend to take note of, right? Whenever you see this sort of discrepancy, it's an indication that there's some sort of excitement going on. One metric that I've mentioned a lot is Bitcoin dominance, which is obviously continuing to slip as ETH outperforms it. So this is just going to be something that we have to watch going forward because it is definitely worth noting. But I'm going to keep today brief. I'm going to give you guys what you want. I'm going to jump straight into the Doge of the day. And like I mentioned, the ETH, I think I'd use it as a metric, as sort of a foreshadowing for retail speculation. Institutions and big whales love to play Bitcoin. It's really the safest play in the crypto space, which is pretty crazy to say considering we had a 10K daily candle just 2 weeks ago. But the fact of the matter is, there's just a lot more stability. It's more time tested. And because of its store of value utility, it's more suited for long-term holding, which is what we've seen from companies like Tesla, from Tesla, MicroStrategy, putting it on their balance sheet for the long term. And you don't really see that too much with Ethereum. So you can kind of take a look at the speculation in Ethereum and assume that a lot of it is retail. And that, there's this sort of hierarchy of projects in the crypto space. And when you see it first flow into Ethereum, you typically can expect it to trickle down into some of these altcoin assets and really propel them into a new tier of market cap. And that's exactly what I expect to happen over the next few months. Without further ado, I want to hop into my Doge of the day for you guys, and that is Dash. I haven't talked about Dash at all since I've been doing Doge of the day. And for the record, I actually don't own it yet, but I am watching it closely today as a possible trade I would like to make, because, this is one that really had a parabolic run up to 411. As you can see here, when it made this move up, it happened very quick. In a matter of 2 weeks, this thing went from $200 to over $400, just doubling in a very short period of time. And when that tax news came out about Bitcoin and sort of the negative sentiment started to spread, the price corrected pretty hard, but it hit all of those check marks that I talk about for these altcoin assets that, I look for when I'm looking for a reversal. It had this doji at the bottom, a very strong doji that indicates a sort of disagreement in the direction of price between the bears and the bulls. And then we got this very nice bullish engulfing candle the next day, kind of implying that the reversal was on and that it was a good indication to enter a long trade. I didn't enter here. There were plenty of other alts that I entered at this level right here. Dash was not one of them. But now that it's making its way back up to this previous TD sequential level, I'm really looking at it now. It's also hitting this TD buy combo 13. So that's a bullish indication. But I think because we see ETH making new all-time highs, when people do inevitably lock in some profits from this last week of price action for ETH, I think Dash could be a beneficiary of some of that capital. Our friends over at Trade the Chain have this as one of the 3 highest daily sentiment scores currently on the platform, with a very bullish score of 91. So if you take into account sentiment and technicals, I think this thing's well postured to break above this level here of 361 and climb to new all-time highs. So I'm watching for a break above this level. If I get it, I'm going to enter, and I think this thing can continue to climb. So that is my Doge of the day today, Dash. But yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys. It's just me today, like I said. So short one. Thank you for bearing with me. But John will be back tomorrow. CJ will be back, I believe, on Wednesday. So they're just getting some much deserved R&R. Crypto is a crazy market. There's not much time to relax. So CJ is just taking some time. Hopefully he's chilling down at the beach, getting some sun. But without further ado, I'll leave it there. If you guys would like to try our crypto room, it's just $1 for the first month. You can try it at marketrebellion.com/try crypto. And as always, thank you so much to Voyager for sponsoring this show. And like I mentioned earlier, DeFi course launching at the end of the day. You can find that in the cryptocurrency education curriculum. If you're not a member, sign up. Just $1 for the first month. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again tomorrow.